Mickey 1045, The Zone, hanging out with you guys on a Tuesday. The sun is shining. Thank goodness. I missed that thing. We got a little bit of, I don't know. I wouldn't call it breaking news, but we got news here. So right before we went on the air, news broke from Pat Forty of Sports Illustrated. There's an investigation into the University of Tennessee for name, image, and likeness violations, alleged violations. Well,
you violator.
We did some digging, and Bananas even read the state of Tennessee law, and it's essentially basically like it can't be pay for play, which is what they all essentially say. And it can't be, as we learned from what happened with Florida State, a coach can't broker the deal. Like in person, that's what got them in trouble. A coach brokered the deal between a potential transfer student, I believe, and a booster. So he stood between them and held out his left hand and took the money and held out his right hand and was going to put it in the recruit's hand.
Is that what happened?
That's it. I'm just guessing. It's a recreation.
What's the difference between that and he led them to there? He said, I'll give you his number and then he'll take over from here.
I would love to know. Exactly. So here's Donde Plowman.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. The prez is, or chancellor.
Chancellor.
The chancellor. Randy is the prez and Donde is the chancellor. Randy and Donde and all them. She issued a statement to the NCAA, and On 3, VolQuest got their hands on it. Shocker of shockers. Brent Hubbs went down there and got a copy of this email.
This came out. This was from Monday.
Okay, so it's from Monday, and today's Tuesday. It's 24 hours old. So if it was a donut, I don't know if I would want it, but I'll take this at 24 hours. Dear President Baker, you want me to read this? It's like 4 paragraphs. What else can we do? The leaders of intercollegiate athletics owe it to student athletes and their families to establish clear rules and to act in their best interest. Instead, 2.5 years of vague and contradictory NCAA memos, emails, and guidance, in quotes, about NIL has created extraordinary chaos that student athletes and institutions are struggling to navigate. In short, the NCAA is failing.
Get him, Donde.
I told you, you got to come back with that smoke. I'm telling you, you're going to accuse us. We don't even know the freaking rules, and we're up here calling you and asking you what can and cannot do. That's what it sounds like to me right there. And that little bit of that part of the paragraph. And that we're perturbed. We even been following your rules that you told us.
You want to hear some more of this?
Oh, dude.
This is straight off the top rope. This is gangster stuff from her.
Oh, man.
If you're a Tennessee fan,
yeah, she's like,
you're going to high five her.
She goes straight down to the AD and the head coach and say, hey, man, and all the coaches that's involved here say, hey, y'all do anything? No. Vehemently. He said, okay, that's what I'm going to give them. So
here's the thing. She has one boss and then a group of bosses. She has the system president, Randy. She has the board of trustees. So you only answer to the people above you. So there's the group of people on the trustees and Randy. That's all she answers to. There's also an attorney or two, depending on how many you have.
Or 3. 3.
Every bit of this has to go through multiple sets of eyeballs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they started with after multiple. That's after people were like, don't say it like that. That's probably. This is still what they distilled it down to.
They said, attack dog.
100%.
Yeah, they did.
The first paragraph ends with, in short, the NCAA is failing. Here we go. Earlier today, a team from the University of Tennessee met with members of your enforcement staff to discuss allegations the NCAA intends to bring against Tennessee related to NIL. We appreciate your staff listening to our arguments and agreeing to evaluate them. The NCAA's allegations are factually untrue and procedurally flawed. Moreover, it is intellectually dishonest. This is incredible. For the NCAA enforcement staff to pursue infraction cases as if student athletes have no NIL rights and as if institutions all have been functioning post-Alston. I guess that's a case that happened years ago, with a clear and unchanging set of rules and willfully violating them. It would have been my preference to discuss my concerns with you in person. Your recent testimony before Congress indicated you wanted to meet with as many institutions and student athletes as possible to discuss issues associated with college sports. I'm sharing my perspective in writing since my December request for you to meet with me and our athletics director, Danny White, was denied.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's the last one. As you have seen in previous dealings with the NCAA, when we are wrong at the University of Tennessee, we admit it.
Held accountable, yeah.
We spent more than $1 million on outside counsel to investigate previous problems discovered in our football program that were reported to me personally and self-reported the entire case of the NCAA. In fact, just last year, the Division I Committee on Infractions, as well as the NCAA enforcement staff, cited exemplary cooperation by the University of Tennessee and said we set the standard other schools should follow. It is inconceivable that our institution's leadership would be cited as an example of exemplary leadership in July 2023, then as a cautionary example of a lack of institutional control only 6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
And then she lays out a whole bunch of other stuff. There's like 3 pages.
That was enough right there. Yeah, because she feels insulted.
Yep.
Because she's over command. Like, or do you think we're that ding-dongery to do it 6 months later? That's what I said. They better have some strong info, recorded conversations. I mean, documented stuff right here. Yeah.
I mean, she calls them out in that next page for retroactively trying to apply unclear guidelines on Tennessee.
Calls them intellectually dishonest. I mean, this just keeps on trucking, man.
And you know what's so bad? It can still hurt them recruiting. It could, because people can use it against you.
Oh, 100%. You have no idea what's going to happen now. And they're looking into NIL, so who knows what they're going to do with it. Everybody uses everything against everybody.
Yeah. Well, this is another layer. Well, I'm interested to see where this goes. I love it. She coming out smoking.
This is exactly how you respond to this situation.
The BS, yeah.
You call them out on it. You don't let them bully you. You stand your ground and you say, listen, this is y'all's fault. No reason for you to attack us because y'all couldn't get it under control.
Well, it sounds like they've been amenable, like having conversations when they had any questions.
Yeah.
So the way she responded to that, like they have been in communication. So I know other people, I guarantee other schools aren't doing that.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then now you're going to try to come from behind now and then stab us? What?
It don't make no sense.
Yeah, I'd be lit right now. I'm serious now. That's some BS right there, boy. And it goes to my whole conspiracy that they're going to start going after different schools, get some money, whether they get it or not, they're going to get something. And then everybody's going to get pissed off, and then they're going to branch off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan.
But if you're Greg Sankey, you defend the integrity of your schools. So Sankey is NCAA, the SEC office, I'm trying to say, is 100% involved in this with Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Sankey and crew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got to back their school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I know we're sitting down south, so maybe we have bias because it's the league we all follow and watch, and it's on our TV sets every weekend, and we're watching it and talking about it all the time. But they're typically the school that jumps, the school that sets the policy, or the league, rather, that sets the policy that a lot of other leagues follow. I mean, you're down to essentially a Power Four now because the Pac-12 doesn't even exist. It's 4 conferences now. The ACC has no power. They had an undefeated champion that didn't make the playoff. So I would imagine it's the Big Ten and the SEC. And if they hear enough, because whatever those two do, everybody's going to do, you know.
Will the Big 12? Well, not the Pac-12 because they already split.
Yeah.
The only one left is the ACC and the Big 12.
Yeah.
Right?
And you wouldn't want to get left out. So you're going to do whatever. I mean, you're going to do whatever.
Big 12 is going to be involved.
I think my favorite part of this is how she called out Charlie Baker for sharing how he wanted to meet with schools. And then when they tried to meet, she was like, y'all said you didn't want to meet with us, even though you told Congress you were going to meet with us.
And she said in December, we tried to meet with you. Our request was denied. She aired the dirty laundry even. Yeah, remember when we tried to meet with you after you said you want to meet with us? Yep, you denied the meeting.
Yeah, you told us no.
Yep. Man. Woo. Well,
This some heavy-hitting stuff right here, man. This heavy-hitting. I like how she came back with the crossover uppercut to the right. Bang.
Does this make the NCAA, does this force them to come up with their own set of rules for NIL? Because if Tennessee fights this, and they will, and I would already be fighting it, and I'd already have a team of lawyers. They got unlimited money. They can pay all the lawyers and billable hours they want. if they just crush the NCAA here, which I feel like they will. I mean, I would feel like this if this was Alabama or South Carolina or anybody. I'm not just saying this because it's Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody could destroy this. Then what happens to the...
Unless the NCAA has something as concrete as the stuff that happened during the Jeremy Pruitt situation, which right now I'm thinking that they don't because they haven't filed the notice of allegations.
Well, if you're her, I don't know if you come out this strong if somebody goes, yeah, there is a video.
That too.
If you know that there's something taped or whatever. Anyway, buckle up.
Always think about the setup, guys.
Yeah.
What's the setup? We brought it. We're going to be real passive, be nice, because we know what we got. She don't know what they got.
Yeah.
So until they show their hand, got to sit back and relax. Because what did I say? They better have some strong evidence to even bring this. Like a recorded, a person who will testify. Yeah.
Emails,
that's the only way. Yeah.
text messages.
They got to have some concrete stuff to even bring this.
Boy, she showed her hand, the back of her hand. Whack.
Yeah. So yeah, they better bring that heat. And them not showing yet. Well, let's see what they show first. Cause that man. Cause this is just hearsay. Then you just got some hearsay stuff going on here. Man, you better go on somewhere with this.